Okay, dude. Well, yeah, no, but anyways, what I was saying was with the appraisal, it's important to be there. But Christian, you want to start off?
Dude, are you serious? You just restarted it to just start with, but I was just saying that the appraisal is
Because
important to be
it
there.
was 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes of talking.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
Yeah, because we're gonna have to cut it off, dude, and we can cut off a little portion, or we can just leave this as be. We'll probably leave it as is.
yeah, let's just leave it as is. People like raw.
Material.
Anyways, so welcome to the podcast.
Axios
This is,
Fux.
yep, you got it. And
Axios Fux, guys.
this is the first of the season. And Vasily used to have a podcast.
Yeah,
And this is closure of that podcast. Did you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, dude. Listen, it was a damn good podcast. It started off really good. Each episode was getting a lot of views, but the thing is, I wasn't consistent with it, you could say, and I just needed to close or end cycle and just recycle.
You just wanted to delete all the remnants off the internet. So we're gonna have to give somebody like a gift card if they can somehow find any remnants of those podcasts.
I had to go through Apple, Spotify. I went through everyone, deleted it. You literally cannot find it.
Please, someone out there, some like tech nerd, please find Vasily's old podcast. Well, dude,
it started off as the Axios show, which is dope, dude. It was a good picture of me, dude, in Miami, and then it turned out to be. I revamped it, turned it into Anything and Everything Table Talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good name. It was a really good name. And then I did a couple episodes, and then I stopped doing it. So
yeah. So yeah, well, I mean, you stayed consistent with it you're pretty consistent when it comes to things like 75 hard and things like that you do.
That's what I'm saying.
You're very consistent at those things. And yeah, you got really mad and you deleted all of the podcasts off the face of the earth.
I sat there and send in some sort of order, and it took me weeks, at least a month to delete it all.
And then people reached out to you, like you were telling me.
I was on an Instagram live, and someone said, "Vasily, like, where's you?" He was being a dick.
Oh, was it out of like hostility?
Kind of, a little bit, because I hadn't done them in a while. Like there was a couple of pieces, and I hadn't done one in a while, and like, where's the podcast? I just said laughy faces. I just didn't want to explain myself, to be honest.
Yeah. So, well, that was the explanation right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done that for YouTube videos because I think everyone has those. Just no one wants to look back at who they used to be.
Dude, it's the idea, dude. I don't watch any of my videos I post, and people probably don't think this when they're watching it, but I'll be taking the video, dude, and then I'm like, dude, my face looks fucking weird, or my hair looks weird.
You've always been obsessed with that for some reason.
Dude, it's so weird looking.
Like, I remember I'd take a video or something, and you would be like, oh my gosh, look at your pores or something. Look at your pores. Like, dude, what? My pores? Do you know how small somebody's pores are in their skin?
Well, dude, think about the act.
It's the weirdest thing.
Think about the act of taking the video. Like, I always thought about if someone could see me from a distance taking a video, it just would make me feel so awkward.
Me too. No, I totally get that. And I feel
as much.
What?
I can't take videos in public as much when it's just my face. Like, it's just like, what is this dude doing? Because I think about
yeah, but now everyone does it.
Yeah, dude, but even when someone else that was in Boston,
people look at you though like they've never even seen an iPhone.
Yeah, dude. Kind of crazy. Like, people just walking and taking a video of themselves. Like, this is like, it's a lot of confront.
Yeah, no, that's true. I can see what you're saying. So we were gonna start off with a little bit of real estate, unless you had something else that you wanted to talk about
No, dude, I got off a
to start
call.
off.
I got off a call with like a mentee. You want to go into that, like that type of thing?
Let's do it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
were telling me about your mentee. How? Yeah, tell me that.
So, okay, so for the people listening, so this is the fourth mentee I've had. Okay, this is the
Cool.
fourth mentee I'm going to have. I don't even know if I want him, to be honest with
And
you.
you get
I don't even know if
and
I
you
want him.
and you get paid off of them, right?
Yeah. So they got to do a certain amount of deals, and up
Mhm.
to a certain amount of deals, I get paid. So, um,
Cool.
that's the good thing about it, because if I want to get paid, whatever it may be, I spend a little time every single day just following up with them and making sure they're good, because I want to make
Cool. Every single day you call them.
every single day.
You call them?
Yeah, or I'll send them. My favorite thing to do with the voice record, I'll just send them a message in the morning.
What do
That's
you
it.
send them?
I'd be like,
Good
hey,
morning. Good morning, Joey. I hope you have a great
good
day.
morning, no, dude, I would just be like,
Make sure to make your calls.
yeah, no, I'd just be like, hey,
I
Tommy,
need that. I need that commission song.
no,
I
dude,
need that pass of this one to hit.
dude, I'll just be like, hey, Tommy, I came up with a great idea with some of your clients.
I
Like,
came up with a great idea. You should not forget to make your phone calls today.
just, a little bit every day to make sure,
That's
because
cool.
I'm full time.
You
So,
should, you know what you should do? You should get, you know how Grant has like 50 days of follow up? You
yeah.
should just every day give him one of those, like, hey, today you should do this to follow up. Hey, today you should do this to follow up. That would be cool.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of the times though, they're not. I mean, me and you, Christian, we knock doors, so like I don't really have a button on asking people.
You knock doors. I don't knock doors anymore.
Well, we had knocked doors.
Right.
Both had. And the thought of doing it doesn't make me feel queasy. Like I have no problem doing it. There's literally no problem. I would
Well,
rather.
because you know you can leave turf because you have the car
Yeah,
available.
dude. I feel
We
more.
didn't drop you off with
Yeah.
no car.
So I'll do that, dude. So I have no problem asking for stuff, or like
Hmm.
doing what people would find awkward. And a lot of people, mentees
Right.
or people who get into real estate, are just your last 9 to 5 Joe, average Joe, right? So
Yeah.
my style of doing things, I think, comes off as like a little too aggressive and like way too. Uh,
Way too out there. Like people will see it as wow, this guy is so needy almost. Like this dude really wants, like he's willing to do whatever it takes. And even though it's like, okay, well, um, you know, the fact that you're seeing somebody who's willing to do that and you're not, I mean, who's really the person who's flawed? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and it's what I know. I genuinely don't know how else it could work.
Well,
Like
well, we talk about it all the time about how people, they just magically pull out of their hat
yeah.
deals.
Well, this is the thing too. Right now when things are crazy, it's moving, markets
Yeah,
moving.
no one can pull it out of their hat now.
Yeah.
No
When
one's pulling deals out of their hats during December.
no, or even, dude, I'm saying, like, let's say things went south. People aren't going to refer people. Let's say if a property is going to foreclose on, no one's going to refer an agent to, no family member is going to refer a relative,
No.
an agent. There's no way. Why would
Hey,
you?
Aunt Judy. Hey, Aunt Judy, can you sell my home? It's like in foreclosure.
Yeah, dude,
Sure. Like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna
no
happen.
way. It's too emotional. So that's kind of what I'm preparing
Right.
for, dude. I think, I did really well, with cold calls in the last 2 years or a year and a half when things were hot. But I think the best of it is yet to come. I think our biggest conversion rates are to come when things get a little sour.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people say that. I feel like you've been saying that.
Dude, I know it's gonna work, dude.
I feel like everyone's been saying that.
When things get sour, we're going to have better conversion rates. People who make calls is what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. I thought you meant
Referral.
like when the market changes.
Yeah, dude, it's a bunch of bullshit. I think I'm saying like the idea that when the market shifts, people who make calls and go after business
Right.
which you
Are
have
gonna be
boom.
right. Yeah, no, yeah, that's true
Think about
because
it. Think about it. Think about this. It's like
people that look at people that do like lead generating like cold.
yeah.
I feel like we look at people that get referrals, and I'm not gonna lie, like I'm like, oh, that's really good. I'm actually like envious of that. Like that's sick. Like not one ounce of me says, oh, I would deny a lead from a family member or something. I would never do that, or a friend or something. But but then the other way around, if you've never done it, it's so foreign. And like you said, that was kind of our background.
Dude, think about this. This is how I think about it. There's one agent I know who they're doing like 70 or 80 million dollars in volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every single 85% of his deals are through
Mm-hmm.
investors, right?
80, 75, what?
No, 85% of
Oh,
the
85.
85% of the properties he has sold in the last 2 years have been investors.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh, wow.
he has this niche with investors who want to sell, but when the market goes sour, dude, these investors aren't going to want to sell. So you've cut
Right.
out an entire referral business from investors.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. No, I never thought about that. Are you calling foreclosures?
Yeah, dude.
You
Pre-foreclosure.
call foreclosures?
I had a meeting with. I have like three I'm working on. Some guy had he had a tenant move in and stole his identity in his house because
Wow.
this person was doing his taxes for him just as like a friend,
Wow.
not an accountant. Stole the identity. So now he's going through foreclosure. Another one, it's a divorce. A wife refused to pay. And then a third
Yeah.
one is a lady. She bought it off her husband and then just stopped paying. So,
Hey, by the way, is there any way to I think there's a way to make it so that both of the videos are next to each other.
Yeah, let me see if I can do that. How do you do this shit?
Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think if you press on maybe my thing, you change. Yeah, it should be like a little square on the top of my little.
Your face.
Actually, no, your face. It should be yours on your screen. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm. It says hide. Oh, let me see. There we go. Right?
I mean, do you see both?
Yeah.
Side by side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. Well, then that's perfect. I don't, but whatever. Yeah. So you call foreclosures,
Dude, I call
foreclosures.
anything. Look at this. I'll show you. For example. Like I was given these today. And I got another three.
Who gave you them?
The guy I work with. So
Okay.
he gave me these binders. He used to call these people years ago. It's all land. So it's about 7 binders full. There's probably got to be 500 people in there.
And you just single dial.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Because it's a long. It'll take me weeks to go through that because it's a lot of numbers, and I'm gonna have to white page them. So I'll do as much work as white page these people, find out if they're still living there, send them a letter, call them. If they answer, great. Then I'll follow up with them, send them another letter until I've touched them about 8 times.
What is your conversion for letters? Have you ever gotten somebody to respond back for a letter?
Oh yeah. It's not great. It's not great. but I would say I can tell you a multifamily I sold in Quincy
Mhm.
had a bunch of people. The owners had a bunch of people reaching out to them, but
Mhm.
every 2 weeks I'd send them a letter. I knew they were close to getting ready to selling. I'd send them a
Uh-huh.
letter every 2 weeks, and he sent me a picture, or he showed me a picture of his fridge, and he kept every single letter.
Oh, wow. Maybe he just liked your picture.
No, my cards don't have my picture on it.
Oh, wow.
And,
That's
uh,
crazy.
and
So
then
he really, yeah, that's crazy.
so I still, that was just a listing that
Did
went.
you sell that property?
Yeah, so for 720.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, and he
That
told
was
me
in Quincy, right?
Quincy. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, for everyone that doesn't know, Quincy, Massachusetts, it's a big Asian community,
It is.
right?
Yeah, it
Big
is.
Asian community, and then a lot of times, if you aren't, to be completely honest, if you aren't an Asian realtor, like sometimes you don't get opportunities like that.
Because it's become
Was it an Asian homeowner?
no, but
Oh, okay.
actually they weren't. But the thing is because you know why the community there majority is speak like Mandarin, or I think
Hmm.
Mandarin is the correct language. So they
Yeah,
feel comfortable.
I don't know.
Like every culture, they feel comfortable working with someone who speaks the language because
Hmm.
same culture, right?
I think that's the only community I haven't worked with, as far as or ethnicity I've never worked with
Yeah.
in in real estate, and actually in solar. I don't remember. I know some like people in high grade as a company. We dealt with a lot of people that were Asian,
Hmm.
but as far as I mean, every other ethnicity I think I've dealt with, you know, white, obviously, Indian, black, um,
Hmm.
every other ethnicity. I mean, Hispanic is big down here, but yeah, I think that's like, and you know, some agents apparently, right? You told me some agents that like have a big in on that community, right?
Yeah, they use what's called, if anyone is, from the Asian community, it's called a WeChat,
Mhm.
is the app.
You
So
have to be Asian, right?
you have to be, so it's such an interesting thing. I was speaking to someone, this girl, Anita, in my office, and you have to be invited or have a group inside of WeChat.
Mm,
And I'm pretty
wow,
sure the only way to do it is like the opening credits, or like when you open up the app, it's in Mandarin. So I think it's specifically for that language, is what it seems like. I couldn't get
that's
myself
awesome.
in. I couldn't get myself in. It's, I don't know.
You tried to sneak yourself in,
Guy, because I was like, wow, like I've never worked with this community. So like in
right?
Quincy, it's massive. I mean, the population of, Chinese or Asian or whatever it may be to any other ethnicity is like it's probably like 50 to 60%.
Wow.
It's got to be,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I've talked to, you know, uh I've like the community is definitely strong and close knit, and I think that's a huge advantage because even for people I've spoke to, our background being Greek and Irish and a couple other ones, but I've never, you know, I've never had that be an advantage of me getting a deal. I mean, even close by, I have Tarpon Springs, which is a Greek community, but there's not as much of a close knit
No
type of you know, vibe, I guess you could say, or there's not as much
trust.
business transacted trust. There's not as much business transacted that they're just, you know, reaching out to solely Greek, you know, realtors when they could do that. I mean, that's a completely Greek town. They could just be like, hey, let me look for a Greek realtor, and if they saw our last name, they would have been like, okay, let me pick this guy.
Yeah,
Never had that happen.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's everyone has their own niche, and like some of the times, I mean, for me, I've worked with basically everyone. Um, But yeah, it's strange how it works. Strange how it works.
Mhm.
'Cause you're over in Tampa. You're in Tampa. I don't even think you said that. You're down in Tampa.
Yep, I'm in Tampa, Florida. It's a market that's blowing up. With now there's a Tampa selling Tampa. Have you seen that?
No.
It's on Netflix. Selling Tampa, almost like Selling Sunset in Hollywood.
Is it just like how it shows how hot it is in Tampa?
It's like top realtors that are selling,
Mm.
the highest end luxury in Tampa. It's
Hmm.
brand new. I haven't seen it. I heard it's great, so definitely check it out if you want. And I mean, everyone who has came here. I know for me, I didn't um, I didn't plan on landing here when I moved here. I planned on checking out Orlando and checking out Miami, but I didn't. I didn't check out either of them. I've
Hmm.
never spent a night in Orlando. I haven't spent a night in Miami since I've been in
Dude,
Florida.
I think Orlando just I wouldn't even spend time there. I feel like that's just bootleg, bro.
There's a good amount of realtors. If you want to find realtors in your area, or you want to be found as a realtor in your area, I
Mhm.
suggest you check up the hashtags. So one hashtag I use all the time is hashtag Tampa Realtor. Or I'll use all the major cities. I'll do hashtag Orlando Realtor, hashtag Miami Realtor because I'm all of Florida. So I'll use
Let
hashtag
me ask you this. Why are you looking for these realtors?
multiple different reasons.
Okay.
The main reason I want to be found by other realtors, and I want to be found by anyone that's looking at Tampa Realtor. Because if somebody is looking to move to Tampa, what are they going to do? They're going to type in Tampa Realtor.
That's true.
If somebody's looking to move to Boston, I use that hashtag Boston Realtor
Hmm.
because who's gonna that's what the buyers are gonna look up. They're gonna look up Tampa Realtor hashtag Orlando Realtor. But not only that, but obviously I'm building my team,
Yeah.
which is big. So if other agents want to find me, they can do that too. So it's just kind of putting those communication lines out there so that people can
Available.
find you. Yeah. And so if you want to find realtors in your area, let's say you really wanted to find other realtors in Boston, just type in hashtag Boston Realtor, and all of the ones that are active on Instagram will pop up. One thing that I've found is for title companies, because down here in Florida we don't have attorneys, or we don't use like law firms like you guys do.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We use title companies. So one thing that I've found down here, I strictly work with people who are very active on Instagram. And I'm not talking about those crappy Instagram profiles that only have their business stuff on it. I'm talking about I need you to be personal on your
Dude,
Instagram.
that's so lame, dude. No one cares
You
about
know
that,
what I mean?
in my opinion. I feel,
Yeah, no one cares. And that's the thing. Like for me, I do both on my personal, but then also I have a separate business one,
yeah.
which is connected to my personal. So people can find my personal on there and it's
Yeah, the personal
completely
is super
public.
important.
Major red flag number one for me for what I see, because I'll tell you what I was going to say is that I do not work with title companies that are not on Instagram, that I can't see a face that
Hmm.
I can associate that with,
Yeah.
because that's what I see as, it's almost like if a company pops up tomorrow and doesn't have Bitcoin as a way to transact with, I'm not going to invest in that company.
Yeah. It's
You know
it's
what I mean? It's
that.
almost like if a restaurant nowadays, if it opens up and only takes cash, it's like, dude, you're living in the 90s right now. You should have credit card, debit card, cash, Bitcoin Cash, maybe
Ethereum.
Ethereum. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I'm not going to invest in a title company because ultimately that's what I'm doing when I send them business. I'm not going to invest in inspectors. And so what I'm trying to say is that I haven't found any title companies around here that are active. What I'm looking for, I'm talking about when I see my page, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that's actively posting every day, not just their business, not just their personal. It needs to be both. And I know you haven't posted on your Instagram for a while. So if I saw your profile, I actually haven't, I don't think you post on your profile grid. You'll post on your story, but you also need to be more active. You know what I mean? You need to be more active on your profile grid. Cause I know for me, people like they can really see this guy's alive. You know what I mean? He's not dead. Yeah. Some people, you look at their page, they look dead. They haven't posted since 2018 and you see them looking at your story like, who's this creep?
Yeah, I think about that too.
You know what I mean? Like, this dude has not posted since 2018. He looks at my stories every day. And it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sometimes they don't even have a profile.
Yeah, but he just wants to consume your shit.
Yeah, he just wants to consume. It's like, dude, why are you so scared? Why are you so scared? Like, dude, no one's gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? Like, just come out of that shell that like this self-perpetuating. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. We went down a tangent.
Yeah, dude. Well, I think
that's very valuable, honestly, for anyone listening to this. You want to. There's this girl who I just met on Instagram. Her name's Nicole, and I was messaging her, and she really crushes it with her. She does reels, a lot of reels, and a lot of girls, they do this really well. A lot of girls, they do it crappy, where there's no value, but it's just like, oh, hey, look at me. You know what I mean? There's just zero value. There's just zero value
of Instagram.
I want to say it's probably an 80-20. It's an 80-20 rule where 80% of all these reels are just like zero value, but like, hey, look at me. But then this girl, Nicole, and I hope she watches this.
Think about how much of a waste of time that shit is. When I get consumed in that, I'm immediately pissed. Because I'm like, I just spent 10 seconds, like, I'm never going to know this person, number one. So why am I watching? Number two, what am I getting out of this besides screen time on my phone? But besides my phone telling me I've been on my phone for 8 hours today.
That's terrible. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm usually at the 10-hour mark, I think.
Yeah.
10 hours and 45 minutes. 10 hours and 45 minutes.
Phone calls and texting and then any sort of source of media.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Sometimes I wonder how people even get paid nowadays because I see them posting these reels and I'm like, dude, how do you like? Anyways,
that's scary.
But this girl Nicole, what I was trying to say is that hers has
5 minutes. Oh shit!
What?
10 hours.
10 hours and 45 minutes. That's my average, I think.
Dude, that's really bad.
So she does it really well. She brings actual value, and she's up in New York actually. So yeah, shout out to you, Nicole, if you listen to this podcast. But I know that for what I was trying to say is that hers is kind of a mix of personal and it doesn't even need to be personal. Like if it's a business page, just make your face on it. Don't have it just real estate. It's so dry. You know what I mean? Like even Kyle Sievert, right? He crushes it with this. Yeah. He puts his personal stuff on it and he's always working. Like he doesn't have much of a personal life, but he has his daughters in some of the pictures. He has his girlfriend or wife, I'm not really sure, on his things. He's at parties. He's doing this stuff. So me, for example, you'll notice when you look at my page is that I go through seasons, right? I'll go through seasons where I'm always going all in something, right? So it's either I'm going all in phone calls, I'm going all in and it doesn't have to be business. Sometimes I'm not all in business and I'm all in boxing or something, or I'm all in revenue share, or I'm all in something else, right?
Well, if anything goes bad, dude, this is how I'm doing it. This is how I dealt with it. The month of December, shit ton of appointments. People were just like wanting to wait. This is what it is. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to continuously set appointments. I'm not going to bank on anything at this point. I'm going to focus my energy in something else that I can actually control. And because sometimes you can't control that shit. It just feels like, you can set appointments. You have a lot of your sub products are high. but your actual what
No,
you're
no, listen to me. You're gonna listen with me.
today I got on the phone with someone and you know, whatever. But anyways, I focus on something else I can control that in the meantime I can kind of shift gears. And then once
Yeah,
that
sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you can't control what you want, so you got to control something.
and it's your
Because if you're not
attitude.
controlling anything,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose your mind. You're just gonna go and start drinking, or you're gonna go and start. That's what I found too. Like when I'm having a bad day, and I can't seem to have control over anything, I'm like trying to control my body. You know, working out, doing something.
Yeah.
You know.
That's how I feel.
So what have you been controlling instead of those those appointments that haven't been going well?
Well, dude, like,
Before we get into what's been happening at these appointments, I
well,
know you told me one of them last week.
yeah, that's happened twice. This has happened
The
twice. Yeah,
vaccine,
it's happened twice.
which now you can send him that picture of the triple vax pod.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. So,
Triple jab,
triple
triple
jab.
jab, bud.
Yeah, I mean, appointments. Instead of it really focusing on, because I know they're going to come. I know how to set appointments. I mean, every day I'm typically setting at least 1 to 2 a day.
Cool.
So the appointments aren't the problem, but what am I focusing now on? I'm focusing more on, I'd say, fitness, and a lot of study, So just to prepare myself when I'm back in the game, when things are really moving again, at least,
Yeah, you're controlling what you can. So, because sometimes, yeah, some areas of life you can't control sometimes.
and then that's also being a mentor. So I picked up 3 mentees, so I have a total of 4. I picked up 3 in the
Mhm.
last month.
That's awesome. Yeah, wow. I mean, first of all, that's a lot of a lot of mentees to be picking up in 1 month. And also, yeah, I think like you know, when some things can ebb, then other things can flow. You know, it's not just, your whole life is just ebbing.
It's just
You
one.
know what I mean?
If you only have one thing, it's like if you don't diversify whatsoever, it's like once
Right.
that form of income, it's like having multiple flows of income. If you only have one, the market tanks and everyone says houses are worth $0. What are you
Mhm.
going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So being able to diversify, not even like into another thing, like I'm not going to trade crypto. I don't know anything about fucking crypto, but I'm going to find
Mhm.
another flow inside of that, that's inside of that niche of real estate,
Mhm.
which would be mentoring and coaching. And that's why I'm putting out a course in the next like 2 or 3 weeks. I have recording this week. Um, so diversifying that way. But what happens in these appointments was your second question, I think, right?
Yep. What's been happening? Like out of if you can give everyone like an idea as to how many you went on in December, how many bailed before you even got to sit down with you,
Yeah.
how many were no shows, how many sat down with you, how many closed, how many vaccine passported you.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like that question. So I can actually kind of think of it myself. So I would say on a total, in a total of, I've probably been on, I'd say, actual like listing appointments or like, hey, I'm kind of interested in selling. What would you say?
No, actual listing appointments.
Like I'm an expired or something, right? Someone's expired.
Mhm.
I
Sure. Yeah.
would say since the start of December, I probably went on a total of 9 or 10. Nine
Wow.
or 10.
Good
Typically,
amount.
it's a good amount. A lot of the times though, if you don't factor in, because I don't expect to list a property immediately when I get there. At this point, I'm kind of trying to build. I've taken a different way of
Is
securing.
that just because of December, or is that because of a new tactic?
Um, of what this number?
No, that you don't try to list on the first appointment.
It's a new tactic. I don't want.
How's that going for you?
Well, this is the thing. So when I have listed properties, I have listed properties on the first time
Encounter.
over, and it's
Mhm.
and it worked fine. But what I try to do is a lot of the times, dude, especially this year, there's always another agent.
Yeah, I hate that.
So it sucks. And they'll be like, hey, listen, they won't sign the paperwork because they want to talk it over or they want to, talk to the next agent or whatever it may be. So I'll give you a situation. And I had a client who I sat down with. I got some information about the house. I came back and I gave him a price, right? So this was the second time. So I said, hey, listen, like, if everything looks good, I want you guys to sign the paperwork. And they said, to be honest, we've been talking to Joe Schmo. He's been following up with us for the last year, and he's recommending
Christian Axios.
He's recommending I do some work to the shed and to some other painting work before he was going to list it, right?
I don't know. I've never asked anyone to do work before.
Well, hear this. So they asked him to do that. And I asked, okay, what do you want to take care of in the house? What do you feel like you should take care of in the house? I asked her that, not what he wants to do. I didn't ask.
Right.
I said, forget what he wants. Let me ask you what you want to do.
Right.
And she told me, okay, I want to paint A, B, and C, and I want to fix a couple of windows. Okay. So immediately there, I gave her a contact. I got on the phone with a contractor that I know as I was with her. And I said, hey, I have client Maria here. She wants to get some work done before I list the property.
Cool.
So I get that idea. So I have this connect now. So it's Wally. You remember Wally? I don't know if you remember Wally growing up.
Yeah, he did the deck, right?
Yeah, he did the I think he did the deck, and he's done some other odd jobs. And
Cool.
I got in contact with him, and then I had him those two got in contact with each other. So now they know there's that connection. I'm the one who gave them that connection.
Yeah.
So
you have to be a really like grimy person to, if somebody gives you a connection.
Yeah.
I'll give you another story after you continue, after you're done.
So that's what it is. So instead of, she wouldn't sign it. There's no matter what, she just would not do it. With every objection she was giving me, or every, just whatever it may be, it all seemed like it was impossible to get it done. So it took another app. I knew I was going to come back another time, but how in the meantime, from now until the next time I'm going to see her, can I make sure she doesn't sign some paperwork someone else? You can't. But what is the best chance? It's to connect my people with her people, and I'm directly associated with this contractor.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing that you could do, because you can't do much.
It's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, that's true. It's very optimistic.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, no, it's true.
It was the only way, because he wants her to finish the deck, finish this. I told this contractor exactly what to do. I need you to fix the front window, the back window. I need you to paint the front porch, all these things, just so when we do list it and then there is offers on the table, none of the loans would reject it or have conditions on the loan that would need to be fixed, like an FHA loan. So,
I'll tell you why. Sorry, you can go.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, for example, okay, do you want to go your thing and then I'll talk about vaccine shit, or what?
No, actually, you continue. Let's do the ratio thing. Like you said, you went on 10 or whatever, right?
Yep, I went on. Let's say 10
or 9 or 10.
Let's say 10.
Okay.
10. One of them. Okay, I went on 10. 2 canceled before I got there.
Okay.
Now we're down to 8. I had 2 that fought with me. Doesn't know.
We just fist fought out front.
Fought with me.
I gave him a 1-2 Mayweather. He gave me a 3-4 McGregor. Just out front.
They fought with me because they asked me the question of if I was vaccinated. And I'm going to be truthful with someone, because the same thing I had asked them. They asked me, are you vaccinated? I go, well, what's your follow-up question going to be if I tell you I am? And they said, well, I'm going to ask you for it.
No.
Yeah.
It's just an automatic no. If you're asking another question after you got X. A question.
So they're going to ask me for my card. So I said, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not. And this is a big concern for them. This is a big
You
concern.
just pull out your license.
It's ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I was down to 8. Now I'm down to 6 because two
Yep.
was scared I was going to infect them. So I'm just a germ.
A walking germ.
Germ.
But
So,
but this is before the validation that you could be 3 jabs deep and still get COVID.
yeah, like made no sense to me. So I just said, okay, whatever. Think about it. I have another way of doing it. I literally gave him another option. I won't be in the house. I'll have someone else work the deal. But if you feel that uncomfortable, this is ridiculous.
But if you feel that uncomfortable, I'll just leave. Is that what you said?
No, he set it up.
Were you wearing a mask when you walked in?
No, the first time I met him.
Was he wearing a mask?
No.
Oh.
First time I met him, I went
because he got the jab.
He's gotten the jab. He's been jabbed as many times as legally possible.
Oh, jeez.
Which is fine.
Legally possible? What's the max amount of jabs you can get?
Dude, I don't know. They could just say that they never got jabbed and just continue.
Excuse me, I'm due for a new jab. Due for another jab.
Throw away your card.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
It's almost like when you do you keep going back through the drive-through just for like more orders. You just keep going back for a new jab.
I don't know, dude, how they record it. Like,
That's crazy.
Do they know? How do they even know?
I've never been here before. Or you just go to a new jab station
every single time.
It has to help a little bit. Like it has to be at least 1% better.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But you would be swollen after you got 100 jabs.
Dude, until you get the card. Because I think it takes a little while to get the card. You could just in one day.
How big is the needle? Have you seen the needle?
Never seen it.
Does it go just right here?
Yeah, dude, we're just like I don't know where it goes. In the cheek, probably in the cheek. I've never seen where it goes.
I don't think this is the right place, but
Or in the back of the neck.
Oh my gosh, that's almost like that movie, The Matrix. You know where they put the thing in the back of the head?
Back of the head. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I had met him in his house without. He was never wearing a mask the first time I met him. His sister, who was in San Francisco, after we told him to ask me these questions. A third party. So he wasn't even thinking of it. So
third party. Yeah. So two unvaccinated or two you couldn't do because you weren't vaccinated. You didn't have the jab. 2 because they didn't show up. And then what about the other 6?
So 2 I signed up.
2 you signed up. So then the other 4.
The other 4.
And have they listed yet, or how long do you wait to list? Have you listed them, or did they sign up and you're like waiting?
They're signed up. One going on maybe this week. Photography was done today, so maybe this week, or maybe the week after Christmas. So next week. Usually I get the paperwork signed, depending on the work that needs to be done. I'm taking a different route. And that's what I'm saying by having contracts. A lot of the times I'm recommending work get done now to build that trust.
Really? You're having them do work?
If need be, yeah, because the work, I mean, today I can tell you a client of ours had about, that we put together, we had about 6 different contractors do the work. It was probably about $12,000 to $15,000 worth of work he did.
that the homeowner is going to have to pay for before they sell?
They already paid for it. They paid for it today. They paid for it today, but
How long is it going to take to do that work?
it's already been done. It was completed last week, and we're predicting with the work done.
When did you get the listing signed, if you don't mind me asking?
End of November. So beginning.
Oh,
of,
wow. It's been a while.
yeah.
So they must have a lot of trust. Is this like a referral, or this can't be a cold call?
This was I don't really know how this was gotten. It's someone that was following up. So Steve has a database,
Cool. Yeah.
and they were thinking of one point of refinancing. I had called them a while back, and I kind of told them the situation of the market.
Mhm.
And eventually, I called them back. I probably called them in October, or September.
Got it. Yeah, because a cold call usually won't wait that long. They'll probably pick another agent because they're not loyal to you. They don't know you. You know what I mean? So you said 2 of them you signed up, and then there's how many left? 4
2.
left, right? Or 2?
2.
2. Yeah, you're. Wait, what?
Oh, actually 4.
Yeah, there's 4 left.
So 10. You had 10. I had a total of 10. Let's say 2 canceled, 2 the jab. Now we're at 6. 2 signed
And then
up.
2 you signed up.
4. 2 of them. I remember getting a call from at least one of them that signed with another agent.
Mm-hmm.
Went over in Boston. Now you have a total of 3, and then 3 are more. I gave prices, but they didn't want to move forward.
Got it. So, okay, cool. Yeah, that's interesting for people to know.
I mean,
so you really do have to do 10 times the work to get a listing.
Yeah, for sure.
You really do. And even out of those 2, so many things that could fall apart, so many things that could happen.
Horrible. Anything could happen. They could just be like, oh, after a week, they don't, they're not happy about something, or, my parents or my cousin told me it's a bad time to sell, or my cousin told me the house is worth $1 million.
My cousin told me that you're going to have to pay closing costs. So
yeah. Or, hey,
as a seller, right?
Yeah. Or, hey, Vasily, like, my cousin told me that Redfin would do it for 3%. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That. So we have to take
so
that 1%.
So the reason that I don't, just so that you guys know, that I don't, ask them to do any repairs is twofold. The first one is I know that the quicker that I can get that contract signed is the quicker I can get it sold. And then I also, and usually, I guess it's threefold. The second reason is usually a lot of the things that they'll do don't add value to the house. So sometimes, changing the paint doesn't add value. And a lot of the times it's like their personal things that they think that the new buyer would want, which is just, that's all it is, their personal ideas, which doesn't really come from a value perspective, especially when it's an investment property. Because I work with a lot of investment properties, not as much. Vasily works with more, I would say retail, nice homes, single family homes.
Your typical, a scale 1 to 10, you'd rate a 7 to 7.5.
Yeah, like 400 plus.
Yeah.
1,000 homes that don't need any work. They get approved for FHA, right?
For the most part, I've sold some really dinky.
Yeah, you have.
Shitty ones.
Some ones that need work, right?
Yes.
Do you know anything about the FHA process for the inspection, as far as what their qualifications are? I know you get on calls with Vin a lot, so I don't know.
Yeah. As long as there's no broken windows, there's no missing railings, and the
no paint chipping, right?
Yeah, paint chipping, but also if the plumbing and shit has to be up to code. Like a lot of the times it's never really the chipping paint, the railings, or the broken windows. It's always something.
Right, because those are things that are under $1,000.
Yeah, who cares? Those are always fixed. But it's happened to me with the railings before, but more often than not, like a failed septic.
Ah,
So with a failed septic, you can go a different route of a FHA 2 or 3K loan. It's like a rehab loan where
yeah.
the bank, you might know how this works probably. The bank gives you money to repair that whatever
Hmm.
broke.
That's really the only way around it, though, right?
Cash.
I heard the VA has very like loose restrictions. Is that what you've heard as well?
No, the VA is not loose.
Oh,
It's tight.
really?
Yeah, because the thing is with it,
Oh,
um, the VA loans, it's government
because
backed.
I know you don't. I know you don't. You usually don't do any down, but for some reason, one of my investors he said that they never gave him problems on his properties.
Because his are probably up to code. But the thing is, with a VA, just like an FHA loan, the government backed, and especially if there's like no money down, they want to make sure the house that you're getting is not a piece of shit. So
Right.
for like an FHA loan, a lot of the times you have, I went through it. I just went through it where you had to do like a lot of the some of the times, and you like as a buyer, you'll do an inspection, and then the bank will send someone out to inspect it as well. So with a
Yeah.
VA loan, they're the same thing. They can give people a hard time because it I think they actually have to be. I have to look at the requirements again, but I think they have to be a newer, typically a newer house, and they have to do pest inspection too. So you have to do
Mm.
facts like there's no ways to earn money to do pest and termite inspections. Um,
Termites aren't big though in Mass, are they?
oh, they are. Yeah, they're pretty.
Really?
Yeah, you find them like once in a while. I mean, in the last year, I probably dealt with one, two, maybe three houses that had termites.
And then they just do like a spray, right? $1,200 for 3 years or something.
Yeah, they do a spray or they put these little things around the house. Uh,
Yeah. But that won't pass inspection, right? If they just put those things in, they have to get the spray, right?
no, you can just put those things in.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they do. They spray maybe the outside of it, but it's the bank doesn't give a shit if you have termites.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
It's more just the buyer is like, damn, dude, this house sucks. It's gonna collapse
Right.
because
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
a screwdriver to the basement. If you've ever done it, I take a screwdriver sometimes with my clients when I'm looking at a house that it looks like a little half-assed basement. It looks like there's not great support. I'll hit the
Mhm.
sides or the corners of the foundation or where the basement meets the start of the house.
Mhm.
You hit it, and if it's soft or if the screwdriver goes through the wood, you have termites.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's something that's major here. Up there, there's no block homes from what I know of. And in Florida, the two main types of homes that I come across are wood frame, which is just like a traditional wood frame house, and
Mhm.
that always has termites. Like pretty much in Florida, if you have a wood frame house, you probably have a termite problem. And then block homes. Block homes are they won't have termites from what I've experienced.
Well, it depends on a lot of the times if I got a call from someone I know, and they said their house was like a slab, for example, like a slab. There's no
Mm-hmm.
there's no basement.
That's a lot of homes here. You remember the old house in
Mark,
Marco Island? There was no basement.
that's the problem. So the wood is touching the ground. The wood is touching dirt. So that's where you get the termites. But if you have a really high foundation, they should not be messing with the house.
Mm,
But if your house is literally laying on some dirt, they're coming
mm-hmm,
from the dirt and just grabbing onto the house. That's
mm-hmm.
that's the issue. Slab.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you want to wrap it up there?
You want to talk about some Demi?
Demi Lovato?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want to talk about your girlfriend Demi for?
So
So for everyone that doesn't know, Vasily had a very uh, short-term relationship with Demi Lovato.
Yeah, we were
He
texting for,
doesn't like to talk about it very
we were
often,
texting for a
but
little while, me and Demi.
and
Yeah,
then all of a sudden she changed. She turned on him,
yeah, she
and
turned out to be, and since I think she took it pretty hard. Let's just put it that way.
she clearly took it very hard.
I saw you sent me it. You sent me a story headline, and it says like Demi like singing to the spirits or something, and then like got the best standing ovation she's ever got.
What was the spirit saying that she was being hurt by feminism or something, right?
Sexism,
Sexism. Oh, sexism.
which I have to look up. Sexism. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
But that's a crazy headline. Like, dude, that's maybe it's true. I don't know. I mean, in my opinion,
Yeah. With all the money that she has, she couldn't find anything better to do.
I just think it's funny. It was the best standing ovation she's ever got, like word for word.
Yeah, no, that's actually sad because
Yeah.
there was no one that stood
Yeah.
because she was talking to a spirit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because she was talking to herself.
Talking to herself. I hope there's a video of that. I wish there was a video of that
Yeah.
because, dude, I don't know what that would look like. Like, just.
Yeah, I definitely miss the old Demi.
Dude, have you seen those? It reminds me of like, like those videos of I don't know what political party it is. Maybe it's like maybe Democratic or liberal, whatever it is, and they're at these rallies or something, and someone doesn't get their way, and they just start screaming.
Oh yeah.
Like in
Yeah,
like
I mean those happen all the time in San Francisco.
yeah, like zombie sounds. Like they sound like a zombie.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that. Like if you're going a little crazy, you're gonna start singing to people that aren't even alive. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's just like your last option is to do that. You literally have no one is fazed by anything else that you're doing, that you just have to be so extravagantly like out of this world.
It's your last bit of insanity, and she probably just
or sanity, right? It's your last bit of sanity.
Sanity.
Or,
Sorry.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's the last bit of her sanity. She just I guess it's a good way to go, go out, I guess. Just start singing to someone.
Yeah, she's lost her mind, clearly.
She's
clearly
to be honest, you
lost
guys
her mind.
Yeah.
No, it's almost like when somebody's about to quit your job, or like you're an employer and somebody's going to quit your team, and they quit like 2 months before they actually quit.
Yeah.
This just shows that she's probably been crazy for a while.
Yeah, dude.
And now it's just a breaking point.
That girl, I think her name is Amber Grames. She's married Johnny Depp. She was with Johnny Depp for a while. She was found cheating. Dude, this is maybe, I don't know, like maybe we want to do this in the next one, but she was caught. She cheated on Johnny Depp with Elon Musk, I think it was. And there's footage.
Really?
There's footage of it. Dude.
Wow.
She was accused on shitting. Accused of shitting on Johnny Depp's bed.
You serious?
There's a picture of it. Yeah, in court.
Oh my gosh.
In court.
Wow.
The maid took a picture of it and sent it to Johnny Depp and said, "What is this?"
I'm sure she knew what it was.
Yeah,
I'm confused as to why Elon was so quick to pursue that.
Yeah, dude, he's just, he just, I don't know either. But yeah, dude, I mean, you want to wrap this up? Are we done?
Yeah, can we get this uploaded tonight?
Yeah.
Is that possible? I'll do the next one if you do this one.
Yeah, dude, I'll work on it now. I'll get it done now.
What do you have to do for it? Do you have to edit it or something?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to be edited, but I think you want it to be raw.
No. Yeah, no, I think raw is good. Raw is perfect.
Like once once we get to the phase, we got to put it through that.
I have the login, so
Oh,
I could send it to you.
you want to put this thing on? You want to put this thing on actually? Or do you want?
Podcast, right?
Say it again.
Podcast.
Yeah, so it will be immediately on. You can put it immediately on Anchor. I just don't know how to get the audio.
The audio. Okay. Well, so you're saying the video can go on Anchor?
No, the audio can only go on Anchor.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we upload it to YouTube then?
Okay. And then
that way, and then save the video on on your computer, and then we'll figure that out.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'll send you. I'll probably just make a new YouTube channel.
Okay, and do you want me to? I'll send this to you.
That'll be too big of a file. I'll send you the login.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So just make it, and then I'll send this through, or I'll do it.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, dude.
Okay, bro. Talk to you later. Bye.